Hello and welcome to another update video about Ethereum. So while not too much is happening here on the shorter time frames, and also obviously the bigger picture doesn't really change, what I wanted to do is to take a quick look at the indicators before we dive into the lower level price action, which isn't really changing at the moment anyway. Market appears to be frozen over the holidays without much surprise. That's what it normally does over the holidays here between or towards the end of the year, until the new year is starting. But what I really wanted to point your attention to is here the 2-week chart and the 2-week MACD. So we had really only one proper bullish crossover here on the MACD before on the 2-week, and that marked the bottom basically of the last bear market. So whenever that crossed, we had the low of the bear market in place. It did cross briefly afterwards, but we already had the low in place before. Bitcoin has a very similar situation on the chart, but Ethereum is about to create a bullish crossover here on the 2-week chart. That will be very interesting to see. When is this going to happen? Is this going to happen in a straightforward way, or do we see another dip before it actually happens? We're currently on a good way of reducing this negative momentum, and it might take, this is 1-2 week candle. You need to think about that, right? So it might take another 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks to put this in place on the Ethereum chart, but it's certainly something that we should keep an eye on because it is highly interesting. If you look at how low the MACD on the indicator line here are on the 2-week chart, that is certainly something very, very interesting, and it just indicates how much potential this chart will have in a new bull run. Because just imagine, this MACD line, where it was before, where it is now, it will take quite a while until this chart will get exhausted. So it's highly, highly interesting in my opinion. If you consider that maybe in every bull market it's going to push a little bit higher, it will be interesting. So that is something I find really, really interesting and useful. The RSI here seems to be quite indecisive at the moment. We see the RSI line here basically hovering around this moving average, and we don't really see a bullish crossover happen here. But the MACD is certainly something interesting on the 2-week chart. So how does the monthly look like? Similar, we're just further away from really turning around here. The negative momentum is being reduced. Looks similar to Bitcoin. It's good that the MACD line on the monthly is also coming down quite a lot. And we're certainly already below the level that we were at the bottom of the last bear market, which is really good because it allows now the chart and also here the indicator to turn around at any time, and it's not a problem in terms of, I was concerned earlier in the year, in the beginning of 2022 really, that the MACD lines on the monthly of Bitcoin and Ethereum were still so high. I was really concerned. So that is something to point out, but they are now very low, or at least we've come down low enough. And also here, if we look at the MACD monthly, the last time we had a bullish crossover here, that did lead to the next bull, or to the previous bull run. So we're still, here also maybe a few months away from a possible bullish crossover on the RSI on the monthly, but it's certainly something that gets closer and closer. Okay, so also here worth keeping in mind those indicators on the longer time frames on the monthly chart. Maybe a quick look here at the 4-day chart. Nothing really to point out here because we are basically moving sideways. So these indicators, it's exactly the time frame now where we're just in sideways movement. So bullish crossover doesn't really help you. Also, the indicator is just moving sideways together with the price action, and that doesn't really give us a lot of new insights here, really. I mean, on the daily, you now see a little bit of a bullish crossover that would be in line with my expectation that short term we're going to push a little bit higher. But it's nothing really groundbreaking here. I think the 2-week and the monthly are certainly going to get interesting in the next few weeks, so we will focus on them. Other than that, here on the lower time frame, Ethereum is still range bound and is not really doing much. Short term, the expectation would still be to push higher in this ABC pattern, or maybe even something that's short term even more bullish. But either way, my expectation is to push a little bit higher into the region here of at least sort of 1270, 1290. This will be the next pivot point, the next decision point. We reached all 3 support areas and turned around in all these trend reversal areas recently, so there were a few good scalp trades to be had. And now we just need to see how does the price react, because what we've done here now, we have come down, or we have moved in this AB. Fine, support did hold, and we could now be in this C wave. Within the C wave, we possibly had a 1-2 setup already completed, and we're pushing higher here now. This is a 5-wave move up, at least we can count it like that. And what we might be doing at the moment is all slow, because it's, you know, so still holiday season. Maybe this on the micro scale here, if we look within the wave 3, which is obviously a 5-wave move in itself, and I can only apologize that we really look at those micro counts here, but it is what it is, because you know, things are slow. So to keep it interesting, it's important to understand, you know, what the next moves are. So this could be something like that, that we made a wave 1 up, we're now coming down in 2, there'll be a 3, 4, 5 within yellow wave 3. Yeah, so this is how it would work out. So the move down currently is in 3 waves. I can't currently see any evidence it has bottomed, but as long as we're holding now above the 1203 level, let's see the 78.6% Fibonacci retracement level down here, we have a chance to go up from here in the 3rd wave. A move below that will again increase the likelihood that this white support level is breaking. Support below that is at 1185 and then at 1150 basically. And if we drop below 1125, then the blue count is confirmed, and we're going to go down straight away actually, without even pushing higher here in the C wave. So if we really lose the 1125 level, then we can say hello to $1,000, and then most likely also lower, sort of in the region 650, maybe even lower. And however, at the moment there is still a good chance to move up higher before we come down. So even not only higher in the blue wave count, which is this 5-wave move to the downside that will take us to probably below the June low, but also here in the red wave count, which is a larger ABC pattern, where we could move up in 5 waves that could take us into the region 1400, 1500. We won't really know that until we know if we break the red resistance area here. So I will update you accordingly. But what I wanted to point out, and nearly forgot that in the beginning, is that what I've had on the chart for a long time now, if $1,000 break, we should see 650. And this is not only an important Fibonacci extension level, it is also, and I haven't even considered that when identifying this level, but if we add the VRVP to this chart, it probably is just, no, that's the ATR, where's the VRVP here? You can see that all this historical volume, the spikes really start below 650. So this is where the big volume was in the past, and this is where we're most likely going to see most of the support. I mean, I'm not saying that 650 would be, if we really break $1,000, I mean, theoretically, we could even come down to 350 and lower. I find that unlikely, but in the current market environment, we need to consider that. It's certainly a possibility. And what I wanted to point out here is that below 650, first of all, 650 is an important Fibonacci retracement and extension level, actually, for this additional support if we lose $1,000. And also in terms of historical volume, that's actually where it starts to go up, with the biggest spike being down here at around the 250 to 150 area. Okay, so that's highly relevant here. And yeah, you know, that is currently where we are with Ethereum, and it all comes down to the $1,000 level. So if the $1,000 level holds, we still have a chance here, irrespective of what happens here on the lower time frame, but we still have a chance here that the June low was the bear market low in a wave 1, where we moved up then afterwards in a wave 1. We've come down in a wave 2, and we're now gonna move up next in a wave 3 to the upside. That could take us to $3,000, but this is not entirely clear yet what we're doing in the short term. But that possibility still is probable, as long as we're holding above the $1,000 level, which doesn't mean you should absolutely expect it, which doesn't mean you should go all in or something, but it's certainly, when taking it level by level, a target to consider if we hold key support, if we hold the $1,000 level, and if we climb higher and higher. And yeah, that's my update about Ethereum. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.